The Country of Aragon, The Road to War. Task Force Ranger. In an attempt to stabilize the region and support the spreading of democracy, the U.S. government has deployed elements to the nation of Aragon. Due to the success of operations in Jorak, U.S. forces have been repositioned to Dakistan to exploit the recent success. The Aragon Liberation Front has currently began an increase in terrorist attacks throughout the nations of Aragon. ALF leadership based out of Victoria realized that the key to disrupting the potential of democracy is through the population. The fear of repercussions from the ALF has placed local civilians in a negative attitude towards coalition forces. Task Force Ranger will conduct military operations vicinity AO Mero to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Dakistan. On order, they will be authorized to kill or capture enemy high-value targets. Existing obstacles are elements of restrictive terrain in the Tennessee Valley Divide, containing multiple mountains and open danger areas with river and creek systems, including the Etowah River, Toccoa River, Rock Creek, Noontula Creek, Edmondson Creek, and Jones Creek. Reinforcing obstacles include IEDs in place throughout the area of operations to limit vehicular movement on roads and dismounted movement on trails, mainly the Tennessee Valley Divide Road and the Appalachian Trail. AO Merrill has the Tennessee Valley Divide Road and Copper Gap Road, Winding Stair Road, Rock Creek Road, Noontula Creek Road, and numerous smaller roads as mounted avenues of approach. There are numerous trails throughout the entire area of operations. Trail networks include the Appalachian Trail, the Benton-McKay Trail, and other smaller marked trails. Spurs and ridgelines include additional trails for dismounted avenues of approach. Key terrain includes Greasy Mountain, shown as K1, Hawk Mountain, shown as K2, Ball Mountain, shown as K3, Winding Stair Gap, shown as K4, and Cooper Gap, shown as K5. K1 through K3 are key because they are in the highest terrain features in the AO. The element that controls them has the ability to observe all air and ground movement in the AO. K4 and K5 are key because the element that controls these intersections is able to control mounted movement along the Tennessee Valley Divide Road through the area of operations. High ground is sparsely vegetated with line of sight from 300 to 400 meters. Low ground visibility is between 50 and 100 meters. Creek and stream beds are heavily vegetated with less than 50 meters visibility. Excellent cover is provided throughout the AO due to numerous hardwood trees. While vegetation is sparse on high ground during winter months, the amount of vegetation for concealment increases the lower an element is traveling. Due to the overwhelming combat power displayed by U.S. forces recently in the nation of Jorak, ALF forces were forced to seek refuge in other Aragon nations. Leadership of the ALF joined forces with cells already positioned in Victoria. They sent a majority of the remaining terrorists to the nation of Dakistan. Their goal is to increase terrorist attacks in Dakistan to prevent the same democratic uprising seen in Jorak. Additionally, ALF leadership has put a large focus on their drug manufacturing and trafficking in Dakistan. They believe that an increase in funds will allow them to further recruit local citizens to their cause, as well as bribe potential government officials. Composition of enemy forces. The enemy operates in 6 to 9-man elements. They are capable of being reinforced by platoon-sized patrols in 2 hours. Their purpose is to hit and disrupt supply lines and engage unit patrols while they are in an offensive or defensive posture. They also have the capability to conduct snatch missions on HRPs. Once these elements make contact, they will maintain contact and then withdraw once they are overwhelmed with firepower. Disposition of enemy forces. Nasir al-Din and Omar Rodai provided valuable intelligence about the ALF. Mustafa Naji has fled Jorak and is hiding in Dakistan with Wazir Yusuf. Squads are equipped with either RPG-7 Victors with a range of 920 meters or SA-7's man-portable surface-to-air missile with a range of 5,000 meters, RPK-74 machine gun with a range of 800 meters, and a combination of M16s, M4s, AK-47s, and M14s with ranges of 400 meters. Squads have FM capability and internal communications. Squads have no night vision capabilities. Squads are supported by two Bravo 9er 82mm mortar sections that can provide immediate fires out to 5,000 meters. Drug teams consist of 4 to 5 personnel. They are equipped with RPK-74 machine guns that are similar to a U.S. squad automatic weapon with a range out to 800 meters, and a combination of M16s, M4s, AK-47s, and M14s with ranges out to 400 meters. They have very limited FM capability. The most probable enemy course of action will be harassment operations by 2 to 3 man elements. When in contact, these elements will continue to fight until fire superiority is gained by coalition forces, and then they will break contact. We can expect these forces to remain mobile throughout the AO. They will commonly attack our forces when they have the tactical advantage of dominating high ground. As coalition forces begin to crest hilltops, enemy elements will engage and attempt to inflict as many casualties as possible. They will employ IEDs to attack convoys and to limit access to dismounted high-speed avenues of approach. Larger size elements from 6 to 9 men will be employed to protect key infrastructure such as supply nodes, Charlie 2 nodes, drug facilities, and high-value targets. These elements will continue to fight coalition forces until key personnel escape the area to avoid capture. The most dangerous enemy course of action will be a squad size or larger element to attack stagnant patrol locations if discovered. If a point of failure is located during reconnaissance efforts, the enemy will mass all available forces and attempt to overrun security personnel. Due to our success at Jorak and the infiltration of enemy forces into Dakistan, our battalion has been reassigned to Camp Frank D. Merrill. Task Force Ranger's mission is to conduct offensive operations in AO Merrill in order to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Dakistan. Alpha Company conducts offensive operations to destroy enemy forces in AO High House and AO Jones in order to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Dakistan. Bravo Company conducts offensive operations to destroy enemy forces in AO Greasy in order to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Dakistan. Charlie Company conducts offensive operations to destroy enemy forces in AO Black and AO Wasega in order to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Dakistan. The purpose of this operation is to establish civil control and support the implementation of democracy in Jorak. Key tasks include finding, fixing, and finishing enemy forces in AO Darby, locating and targeting enemy personnel and equipment, and disrupting enemy's relocation efforts. The end state of this operation is the destruction of ALF personnel and securing AO Merrill to allow a government handover. The task force should be prepared to move to a future area of operations to continue the pursuit of ALF forces. This operation will be accomplished in 2 phases. Phase 1, codenamed Musket, includes reducing the enemy's ability to operate in AO Merrill and gathering actionable intelligence on high-value targets and drug manufacturing sites. Phase 2, codenamed Tomahawk, includes destroying all enemy personnel in the AO, including the destruction of illicit drug manufacturing sites, and killing or capturing high-value targets in Dakistan.